Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're talking about a seemingly ordinary quarter that could be worth a small fortune. That's right. We're diving deep into the story behind the 2019 Lowell quarter. Part of the America the Beautiful series issued by the United States Mint. This coin may look like just another quarter at first glance, but there's more than meets the eye. It features a unique design, a historic American legacy, and for a lucky few, it could be hiding something extremely rare, something that could make it worth tens of thousands of dollars. Now let's explore what makes this coin such an exciting find for collectors and why you should be paying close attention to this one. The 2019 Lowell quarter was the first coin released that year in the America the Beautiful series, which celebrated national parks and landmarks from each state and territory. Lowell National Historical Park, located in Massachusetts, was chosen to represent the state, and it's an important piece of American industrial history. The reverse side of the coin features a mill girl, an iconic figure from the early textile industry, standing at a power loom with a large window behind her. Through that window, you can see a smokestack and factory buildings, symbolizing the era of industrial revolution in the United States. The design captures a crucial chapter in American history, the transition from rural farming to urban manufacturing. It's not just a coin, it's a snapshot of the American dream. The obverse, of course, features the classic portrait of George Washington, along with the mint year and United States of America stamped proudly at the top. Now, here's where it gets fascinating. While millions of Lowell quarters were minted and entered circulation, some very rare versions of this coin contain errors or unique features that have caused their values to skyrocket. These aren't just small differences. These are striking mistakes that make collectors and coin dealers go wild. One of the most well-known errors on the Lowell quarter is the extra claw die break, where it appears the mill girl has an additional piece near her arm or the loom that looks like an extra limb or tool. These errors happen during the minting process when dies crack or shift, and the result is a coin that's different from the standard version. Some even show unusual doubling or ghost images due to die deterioration or overpolishing. Then there are coins struck off center, double struck, or with weak strikes that leave certain design elements faded or distorted. These types of mint errors are rare and unexpected, and that's exactly what makes them valuable. They turn an average coin into a one-of-a-kind treasure, but rarity isn't just about errors. Condition plays a huge role too. If your Lowell quarter is in mint state, especially MS67 or higher, it becomes much more desirable to serious collectors. Coins in this condition have never been used in everyday transactions. They're nearly flawless, with sharp details and a glossy, lustrous surface. And when you combine pristine condition with a known error, well, now we're talking serious money. Collectors hunt day and night for coins like these, not just for the financial reward, but for the thrill of discovery. Owning a rare error coin like a Lowell quarter with an unusual die break or in perfect mint condition isn't just about profit. It's about being part of a story. A historical artifact passed through hands in time, now living in your collection as a prized possession. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. What is the value of a rare 2019 Lowell quarter in perfect condition with the right mint error or die variation? Hold on tight, because this seemingly simple 25-cent coin could be worth as much as $80,000. Yes, you heard that right. A coin you might already have in your change jar could potentially bring in $80,000 if it's the right version and the right condition. So, what should you do next? Start looking. Search your spare change. Go through your coin rolls. Check every 2019 quarter you find, especially those marked with a P for Philadelphia or a D for Denver. Look closely for die breaks, doubling, or anything unusual in the design. Even minor differences could be signs of a rare and valuable error. If you think you've found something special, don't clean it. Instead, get it professionally graded or appraised. A coin grading service like PCGS or NGC can tell you exactly what you have and help you authenticate its value. That small coin might just change your life. Top 2, we're spotlighting a coin that's often overlooked but could be sitting in your change right now, waiting to surprise you. It's the 2005 West Virginia State quarter, and while it may look like just another quarter, There's a rare version of this coin that could be worth a small fortune. So grab your coin collection, your magnifying glass, or even your pocket change, and get ready. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and why this particular coin has collectors buzzing all over the country. Let's start with the basics. The West Virginia quarter was part of the U.S. Mint's wildly popular 50-state quarters program. This massive project launched in 1999 and ran until 2008, releasing 5 new state designs every year. These quarters weren't just coins. They were mini monuments to America's heritage, and they quickly became one of the most collected coin series of all time. In 2005, the West Virginia quarter joined the ranks, and it did so with an absolutely stunning design. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find an elegant depiction of the New River Gorge Bridge. This isn't just a pretty picture. It's a symbol of American ingenuity. At the time of its construction, it was one of the longest single-arch bridges in the world and a marvel of engineering tucked away in the Appalachian Mountains. But while the design is beautiful, it's not the artwork that makes this coin worth serious money. It's the errors, rare and accidental mistakes during the minting process that make certain versions of this coin incredibly valuable. One of the most talked about errors is the double die error. This happens when the coin die strikes the planchet, the blank coin, more than once, creating a ghost-like doubling effect on certain parts of the coin. With the West Virginia quarter, doubling may appear on the lettering, the bridge cables, or the fine lines of the landscape. These are the kinds of small but crucial details that collectors go wild for. Another valuable variation is the off-center strike, where the coin design is noticeably shifted to one side. It creates an odd-looking coin with blank space on the edge. The more off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes, especially if the date is still visible. There are also rarer errors like clipped planchets, where a piece of the coin is literally missing, or die cracks, which show up as raised lines across the coin's surface due to damage on the die. These imperfections are minting accidents, but to collectors, they're gold. Why? Because no two are exactly the same. It's like owning a one-of-a-kind piece of art. Now here's the real kicker. Value isn't just about the type of error, it's also about condition. The highest prices are reserved for coins in mint state condition. That means the coin has never been in circulation. No scratches, no dents, no wear. Coins like these are usually stored immediately after being minted and often come from original mint rolls or sets. Combine a major error with pristine condition, and you've got a powerhouse coin that collectors are desperate to get their hands on. So why does this all matter to you? Because these rare error coins often slip through the cracks, literally. They enter circulation like normal, get spent like normal, and end up in people's pockets or coin jars. Most folks never notice what they've got. But now, you know what to look for. So here's what you should do tonight. Dig through your coin stash. Pull out every West Virginia quarter from 2005. Examine the bridge, the text, the edges. Look for signs of doubling. Check if the design is off-center. Look for anything that seems slightly off. That small detail could be the clue that leads you to a valuable find. And here's the part you've been waiting for. What's the highest amount one of these 2005 West Virginia state quarters has been estimated to be worth, if it includes the right error and is in the right condition? Hold on tight, because that coin, that 25-cent piece, could be worth as much as $77,000. That's right, $77,000. So don't ignore your change. Don't overlook that worn quarter. Because if it has the right mistake, in the right shape, and at the right time, it might just change your life. Top 3, we're talking about a state quarter that's more than just pocket change. It could actually be worth a fortune. That's right. We're talking about the 2006 Nebraska state quarter. A coin that millions of people have seen, but only a few truly understand. And if you're lucky enough to spot the right version of this coin, with certain rare errors and in the right condition, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. So sit back, relax, and get ready to take a deep dive into the fascinating story behind one of the most collectible coins in the America the Beautiful series. You won't want to miss a second of this. Let's start with the design. The Nebraska quarter was released in 2006 as part of the U.S. Mint's 50-state quarters program. This program celebrated each state with a unique design reflecting its culture, history, and iconic landmarks. Nebraska's contribution? A stunning tribute to one of the most legendary journeys in American history, the Oregon Trail, The reverse of the coin shows a pioneer family in a covered wagon heading west across the plains, with Chimney Rock rising majestically in the background. It's a symbol of determination, adventure, and the spirit of the American frontier. That towering natural formation in the distance wasn't just a landmark, it was a beacon of hope for thousands of families chasing a dream of a better life. But beyond the powerful design lies something even more intriguing: the rare errors and mint variations that make this coin incredibly valuable to collectors. Now, let's talk about what makes some of these Nebraska quarters so special. Most were produced normally, without any mistakes, but not all of them. A very small number came out of the mint with major errors, and those are the coins we're focused on today. Point one: of the most desirable types of error is known as a double die. This happens when the coin die hits the coin twice at slightly different angles. It creates a doubling effect that's visible on parts of the coin, like the words Nebraska, the date 2006, or even the detailed lines of the covered wagon. This kind of error is extremely rare, and when it's found in good condition, collectors are willing to pay big money for it. Another error that adds serious value is the off-center strike. When a coin isn't properly aligned during the minting process, the design ends up shifted, leaving part of the coin blank. These off-center errors can be minor or dramatic, but the more severe the shift, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially if the date and major details are still visible. You might also find clipped planchets, where a part of the coin is missing entirely due to a misfeed in the blank cutting process. Or die cracks and cuts, where raised metal lines or blobs appear due to cracks in the minting die. These imperfections may seem like flaws, but for collectors, they're the jackpot. And let's not forget about condition. If you find a Nebraska quarter with one of these errors, and it's in mint state condition, meaning it shows no signs of wear, has a strong strike, and retains its original luster, then its value shoots up even higher. Coins graded MS67 or above are especially rare and desirable, and when combined with a major error, their value can reach mind-blowing numbers. Now here's where things get even more exciting. These rare coins are out there, in circulation, in old collections, in forgotten piggy banks and coin jars. They weren't pulled aside or protected by the mint. They slipped through, unnoticed, and ended up in the hands of everyday people. That means you could have one and not even know it. So here's what you should do. Go through your change. Dig out that drawer of old coins. If you see a 2006 quarter with Nebraska's iconic wagon and chimney rock, take a closer look. Use a magnifying glass. Check for doubling, misalignment, missing pieces, or raised blobs and lines that shouldn't be there, because those tiny details could make a huge difference. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. If you happen to find a 2006 Nebraska quarter with the right kind of mint error, especially in near-perfect condition, then you could be holding a coin worth as much as $74,000. Yes, you heard that right. $74,000. All for a coin that originally cost just 25 cents. It's out there. It's real. And someone is going to find one. Top 4, we're diving into one of the most overlooked yet potentially valuable coins in the modern U.S. series, the 2015 Saratoga quarter. Now, you've probably seen this coin before, maybe in your change or tucked inside a drawer. But what you probably didn't know is that some versions of this coin are considered extremely rare, and a select few have been valued far beyond their face value. So if you're a collector, a casual enthusiast, or just curious about the hidden value of your spare change, you're going to want to listen closely. Because the Saratoga quarter isn't just a piece of metal, it might be the key to unlocking a serious payout. Let's talk about the coin's origin. The 2015 Saratoga quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a series that ran from 2010 to 2021 and celebrated some of the most iconic places and moments in American history. Each coin in this series showcases a specific site from a different U.S. state or territory. The Saratoga design commemorates a pivotal event in the Revolutionary War: the surrender of British General Burgoyne to American forces in 1777. That surrender marked the turning point of the war and helped convince France to join the Americans in their fight for independence. On the reverse of the coin, you'll find a symbolic image: two hands, one offering a sword and the other accepting it. This powerful moment of surrender is one of the most significant diplomatic victories in early American history, and the U.S. Mint captured it perfectly on this coin. Now, the design alone makes this coin special. But what really gets collectors talking are the rare mint errors and production flaws that can turn this common quarter into a valuable, sought-after collectible. Let's break down some of the specific errors that have been found on the 2015 Saratoga quarter, and why they're such a big deal. First up, the double die error. This is one of the most well-known and desirable errors in the numismatic world. It occurs when the coin is struck by the die more than once in slightly different positions. If you see doubling on the words Saratoga, New York, or even on the details of the sword, you could be looking at something extraordinary. These kinds of errors aren't always obvious at first glance, but a close-up inspection or magnifier can reveal the doubled lines and shadows that make collectors' hearts race. Next, there's the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank isn't perfectly aligned during minting, causing the design to be printed off to one side. Some of these errors are minor, but the more dramatic the off-center strike, especially if the date remains visible, the more valuable the coin becomes. Then we have the clip planchet error, where a portion of the coin appears as if it's been bitten off. This rare mistake is the result of a blank planchet being miscut, and it instantly makes the coin stand out from the rest. Combine that with a clean, uncirculated finish, and it's a collector's dream. Finally, we come to die cracks and cuts. These are raised lines or blobs that show up on the surface of the coin due to breaks or wear in the stamping die. These little imperfections are minting accidents, but they're beloved by error collectors because no two are exactly alike. They give the coin a kind of fingerprint, totally unique, totally valuable. But here's the secret: rarity alone isn't enough. If you find one of these error coins in pristine condition, uncirculated, and graded highly by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC, that's when things start to get really interesting. Coins in mint state 67, 68, or even 69 condition, meaning they have full luster, no signs of wear, and almost perfect surfaces, can command serious prices at auction, especially when paired with those rare errors. And these coins are out there. Many people have no idea they're holding something rare. These error coins are often spent like any other quarter, dropped in tip jars, fed into vending machines, or tossed into jars at home. It's up to collectors like you to spot them. So what should you do? Start digging. Look through your pocket change, your coin rolls, your old piggy bank. Keep an eye out for any 2015 Saratoga quarters and inspect them carefully. Get a good magnifier. Learn the signs of error, because finding the right one could be like striking gold. And now, the part you've been waiting for. If you're lucky enough to find a 2015 Saratoga quarter with a confirmed mint error, especially something like a double die or an off-center strike, and it's in mint state condition, that tiny piece of metal could be worth as much as $71,000. That's right. $71,000 for one single quarter. So don't overlook the coins in your hand. Don't toss that change aside without checking it, because treasure isn't always buried in the ground. Sometimes it's right in your pocket. Top 5. We're going deep into the story of a coin that looks ordinary on the surface, but could be hiding a rare secret. This is the 1999 Pennsylvania State Quarter, one of the earliest entries in the legendary 50 State Quarters program. While millions were produced, there are a few very specific versions of this coin that are so rare, so unusual, and so highly valued by collectors that finding one could feel like hitting the jackpot. And if you stick around until the end of this video, we'll reveal exactly how much one of these rare Pennsylvania quarters has been valued at. And trust me, it's a number that will make you look twice at your spare change. Let's start with some context. The 50 State Quarters program was one of the most ambitious and successful coin programs in U.S. history. From 1999 to 2008, the U.S. Mint released 5 new quarters each year, one for every state, in the order that they joined the Union. Pennsylvania was the second quarter, released in 1999, right after Delaware, and it quickly became a collector favorite. The reverse side of the Pennsylvania quarter features the Commonwealth statue, an outline of the state, and a keystone symbol, an homage to Pennsylvania's nickname as the Keystone State. These design choices are more than decorative. They represent Pennsylvania's key role in the founding of the United States. Philadelphia was home to the signing of the Declaration of Independence, the Constitutional Convention, and so much more. In other words, Pennsylvania is where American democracy was born. But what makes this coin truly exciting isn't just its historical significance. It's what went wrong, because when it comes to coin collecting, sometimes the mistakes are worth more than perfection. Now, let's talk about errors. The heart and soul of coin collecting excitement point. One of the most famous errors seen in the 1999 Pennsylvania quarter is the double die error. This error occurs when the die that stamps the coin strikes more than once in a slightly misaligned way. This results in a noticeable doubling of the text, especially in areas like Pennsylvania. The date 1999 or even parts of the design like the statue or the outline of the state. Then there's the off-center strike, where the coin isn't perfectly aligned during minting. Part of the design ends up shifted to one side, and a blank crescent shape appears along the edge. The more off-center the strike, while still keeping the full date visible, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Another rare and valuable variation is the clipped planchet. This error occurs when the blank metal disc that's supposed to become a coin is improperly cut, leaving the finished coin looking like it's missing a piece. These clipped quarters are often dismissed as damaged or broken, but in reality, they're incredibly collectible, and of course, there are die cracks and cuts. These happen when the stamping die itself is damaged or worn down. You might see raised lines across the surface of the coin, or odd blobs of extra metal near the edge. These imperfections might look like mistakes, and they are, but they're the kind of mistakes collectors love to pay for. Now here's where it gets really serious. If you find one of these error coins in mint state condition, meaning it has never been circulated, has no scratches, and has retained its original shine and sharp detail, then you're holding something truly extraordinary. Coins in this condition often receive a professional grade from services like NGC or PCGS. Grades like MS65, MS67, or higher mean that the coin is not just rare, but preserved in near-perfect form. Combine that kind of condition with a significant error, and you've got a true gem in your hands. You might be wondering, how do these errors happen? Shouldn't the US Mint catch them? Well, the answer is yes, they try to. But with billions of coins being produced, it's impossible to catch every mistake. Some slip through the cracks, literally and figuratively. And that's where collectors come in. You are the treasure hunters. You are the detectives. You are the ones who find value where others only see spare change. So what should you do? Go through your coin jar. Pull out your old pocket change. Look carefully at every 1999 Pennsylvania quarter you find. Use a magnifier. Study the design. Look for that doubling. Check for alignment. Examine the edges. Because if you find one of these rare error coins, especially in uncirculated condition, you might be in for the surprise of your life. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. What is one of these rare 1999 Pennsylvania state quarters worth? If you have a Pennsylvania quarter with a confirmed mint error, especially a double die or off-center strike, in a high mint state condition, it could be worth as much as $68,000. Yes, you heard that right. $68,000. For a coin most people wouldn't think twice about. So don't overlook those quarters. Because the next time you buy a coffee or empty your change into a drawer, you might be holding on to something far more valuable than you think. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to uncover more stories about hidden coin treasures, rare errors, and unexpected value, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. New videos are coming soon, and who knows, one of them might lead you to your own fortune. Until next time, happy collecting and keep your eyes open. Your next great discovery might be just a quarter away.